Hello? Whoa, that was really high. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna turn that down on OBS. I wasn't even all the way up, but the mixer's different in a bit now. Okay, I think that should be good going forward. Hello, welcome. How are we all doing today? On this fine Sunday, all the cool kids are here sitting at their desks on time. Like very good kids. Like how you say they're at their desks, because we're gonna learn a little bit today, I guess. Let's do this. Kimmers, thanks for being first today as always. Mish says she's had a day. And then I said, what's going on over there? And then I went and did my hair. So what actually happened? Slept 4 hours, you had to take Kim's mom to the hospital. Oh no, but she's fine now. And you're hungover. I'm glad I said what's going on over there. Hi Cookie, good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend. Oh yeah, Sam's dad, we called his parents this morning and we got that funny story from them. What is going on with all our parents? Hello, yet it is as well. I think that's it. Hi Bunk. Oh yeah, yesterday we went for Chinese food buffet. It was so fun. Sam thought I got him with the robot, but it just ended up being somebody else that was sitting beside us. Hi Greek, welcome. Guess where you are? Not in the hospital. Thank gosh. Are you out in the middle of nowhere? Did you make it? Guys, Greek was going four-wheeling to an off-grid cabin that was his friend's. Maybe they made it. It was supposed to be really like stormy and stuff though. You're stuck? You would get stuck on a Sunday before you have to go back to work. I mean, I would too.
Stuck? Or stuck?
We're stuck, guys. I'm stuck in the forest. I won't be able to make it into work tomorrow. Sorry about that. Okay, so we are back in the kitchen today. We did not even see each other in the kitchen these last couple days on stream, but that's okay. It's always fun to do different things. Tomorrow is Sam's birthday. And one thing that I always make sure I do for him is bake him his favorite ever pie, which is pecan pie. We've been making this recipe for years on stream. I forget the year that we discovered it, but when I went back in Discord, it was posted at least 3 years ago. Probably even longer than that. And it is absolutely delicious. I usually make my own crust from Sally's Baking Addiction and then just use the pie filling from the recipe for today. But by all means, you can use the crust recipe that they give on the pie recipe too. And then I thought, while it is baking, because you always have to wait while it bakes and we don't want to be bored, we will try out a coconut tapioca bubble tea. Which this is from a Canadian company that, did you order it from Amazon?
I did.
Okay, so this is a Canadian company that we found. Yeah, we really like bubble tea and I just can't justify paying like $9 for one drink anymore. So we thought that we would try out like a little bubble tea kit that we can get online. They have their own website too. And see how easy it is. You guys have we made the other one before that we got from Costco? Because that one was really easy. I forget if we made it on stream or if I just did it for YouTube instead. But yeah, pretty awesome. Like they give you a code for the instructions to make it, but it is super simple, guys. These are the bobas. So this is your tapioca that we have to cook. So you just boil water, cook it for 30 minutes, and then cool it for 5. Add your sugar, and then soak it again, and it's ready to use. So that's pretty quick. And then here's our coconut tea stuff. So we probably just get this heated through, give it a little whip up, and you're good to go. Oh, this is cool. So you get to decide how much sugar you put in to this. I really like that. I don't like super sweet things. So that's nice that they let you decide that. There is a little bit of sugar in the powder, it says, but you can always add more. Okay, what is Greek saying? Your buddy's stuck too. You have a friend who owns a Unimog. And Greek says, guys, I'm retired, so it doesn't even matter. I love that. What a life. Friend who has a Unimog is an insane witch, just a beast off-road vehicle. I wish that I can have one of those in my life one day. We made a boba before on stream. Not sure what kind it was. Was it purple? Or maybe it was just a classic brown sugar milk tea. Car says, all of our dream vehicles. Let's start a crew. We got this. Greek, you're done. You can't get out. You got so much mud everywhere. The windows are covered in mud. I mean, it's not called four-wheeling for nothing. Like, I always laugh at all of the, like, souped-up Broncos that we see driving around here that are, like, spotless clean. I'm like, for an off-road vehicle, way too clean. They're not using it enough. So good to see somebody actually use their vehicle. Michael, how's it going? Welcome in. And Sammy Fist, hello, hello. What are we doing with Sam then? We don't like super sweet things? Okay. Thanks, Bob, for that. Okay, menu for the day. Simple. Texas State Fair pecan pies. We're gonna make 3 because I have 3 crusts in the freezer already, so we just have to make the filling and roll them out and bake them. And then while we're waiting, Cookie, thank you. I linked the YouTube video because there's a YouTube on how to make these. And like I said, guys, they have their own website. This is not sponsored at all, but I was really surprised to see how many different flavors of the tea that you can get. So maybe once we make this and test it today, let you guys know what we think. Pick a couple up for yourself. I have high hopes. Okay, and then one more thing before we get started. So I'm not sure if anyone saw in Discord, but I tried to get the Aero Garden set up yesterday, like all plugged in and the pump working and stuff for our little seedlings that we planted. But I'm pretty sure that the pump is just got caked up from the hard water, so that, I mean, if you don't run it all the time and then leave it to dry, I'm sure the little components in there just got too stuck. Like, maybe if we soaked it in rubbing alcohol, it would come off, or like a descaler.
We can try it once we have it all taken apart.
But the thing is, I did see a replacement pump was like $15, but we can't get it in Canada, is the only thing. So Sam was just like, whatever, I'll just order a whole new set.
It was half off.
Okay, so it was half off. So what did you say? This was $100?
$100.
Guys, $100 for the whole Aero Garden, and
It comes with seeds.
it ended up coming with some seed packs. So we were like, what the heck? Okay, so it came with 6 pods for herbs and then the whole unit for $100, whereas just buying our 9 pack of different herbs, this was like $45. So you can see how like the initial investment is a little bit less expensive, but then buying these a little bit more. And then we have learned that Aero Garden is going out of business come January, but you can buy like the little pod refills and stuff from other brands that will fit in and like use your own seeds. So there's always ways around it, right? Love the social media for that. So the other Aero Garden's a bust. What I'm gonna say to like our roommate who told us to use it is like maybe try and get that part replaced before they go out of business, or just send an email. I'm not sure how long he's had it, but I'll let him take care of that on his side. We just thought, you know what? It's a pretty cool thing. I think that we'll be able to use it consistently in the future, like especially going forward if we want to be RVing and stuff like that. That'd be super handy to have inside, because you guys know that I like to garden. So what should we do? Do the Aero Garden first, maybe reset it up and get those going, just so that we can properly germinate those seed pods and we don't waste them, because those aren't cheap. And then we'll get into our pies and then our tapioca. That's how it's gonna go.
I would do the tapioca then the pies. Because then
Sam is wanting me to do it different, so we're just gonna do that.
I was just,
Hi, FCB. Good morning.
just a suggestion.
Just a suggestion. We got the backseat driver on the street today. Woo-wee. And so we're gonna start with the pies and the filling. So we gotta make the filling. Look at my face, gets so red. We're gonna make the filling. I am unhinged. I mean, those of you who have partners, I'm sure understand. It's like, okay, if that's how you want to do it, let's go for it. That sounds great. So we're gonna make the filling for the pies, and then while it's cooling, we're going to roll out the crusts because we don't want to roll them out too early. I have some piles of things over here, guys. Firstly, the pile is all meats that I took out from the freezer to thaw, and then, as always, our little individual. I thought it would be cute to call these petite pecan pies. So our 3 little crusts that we made on a previous stream. Remember, we just pack them up individual and freeze them. They'll roll out to fit in there. And then we just gotta make our filling. You would smash his head in? Whoa-ly! Do not mess with the Danes. Okay, so that's that. I've been trying to use up these pecans because we always buy a really big bag from Costco and then we keep them in the freezer, but I hate having things chill in the freezer. What's going on here with this hair? For like a long time, especially nuts. I find that they go bad pretty quick. The freezer though definitely helps them stay longer. Maybe we'll use all these today. I think it's usually about half a cup of pecans per little pie like that. And then I got some golden syrup from the store this morning because we were almost out of corn syrup and they were on sale, so I got 2 because that's something that doesn't really go bad in the pantry. Mickey, you've got another hole now in the dining room. Wait, what? What is going on over there? Why is there a hole? Did I know about the last one? Misha's on a tear. Mish just says ha. Mish just laughs at me, failing at the Arrow Garden. Okay, pie filling and crusts. Then Sam said cook the tapioca, because that does take about 30 minutes. While we're cooking the tapioca and the pie is baking, we'll do the Arrow Garden. And then lastly, we just have to make the coconut beverage, let's call it. And bring our bubble tea together. Like, I don't even really know the origin of bubble tea, so maybe we'll learn that together today as well. There's a hole in the wall now from Papa? He doesn't like the wallpaper, so he just like keeps smashing into it. What? Pecan pie. Because we all learned once upon a time, or at least I did, watching Martha Stewart growing up, that it's not pecan pie. She straight up told us that. Greek says bubble tea is from Taiwan. Okay, I'm excited to learn about it. Let us first look over the recipe for the filling. This is a really easy filling to make. At first I was a little bit felt daunted when I read it because you have to cook it a little bit, the filling for pecan pie, but it is like a one pot wonder where you just keep adding things into the pot and then let it cool while you roll out the crust. So it is quite easy to make. If you're diabetic, do not make this for yourself, or at least don't hold me liable for whatever happens if you do eat it. The amount of sugar in this pie is actually insane. So just be aware of that. If you guys have never had pecan pie before, think like a caramel sort of, how do I even say this? Custard? Not even a custard because it's not creamy. like just a really buttery, like solidified by butter caramel sauce that has toasted pecan nuts in it in a pie shell. I guess that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Nugget? Yeah, how do we describe the filling of pecan pie? Oh my gosh, Mickey. This morning your mom was having honey. She put the spoon in and found a live earwig in it. After living in BC on the island, earwigs are literally the bane of my existence. Also, one of our friends told us this story one time when he was young. One actually went in his ear when he was like picking fruits or something off a tree because they love to hide in those little spots. No, thank you. Back to the pie though. Like a thick, simple syrup? Yeah. I guess just like a really buttery caramel. Thick syrup. Oh, gross, Lauren. You learned the other day earwigs are named that because they live in ears of corn, not ears of humans, but they could. Pecan pie. Hi, Walter. How's it going? I feel like we haven't seen you in a bit. Okay, so the filling. If you are making just one pie for yourself, usually it's like anywhere from 9 to 11-inch pie pan diameter. You need 1.5 cups of pecans. But like I said, for these little shells, it's usually about half a cup per, maybe less. I will also let you know there is a limit to the pecans that you should put in the pecan pie. Don't do like what I did, although this was a learning experience of that time, where it's like, well, we really love pecans though, so why don't we just put more in the pie, right? It doesn't work like that. There's a reason that there's like a certain ratio of the nuts to the caramel. If you put too many of the nuts, they kind of get soggy in the caramel if they're not like on the top part where they get toasted. They like soak up a lot of the liquid, so it just like kind of becomes a really chewy, dense, interesting flavor. It like takes away all of the sweetness. Yeah, it was weird. We were like, oh no, so this is what happened. So definitely follow the amount that they list. Like, you can always sneak a bit more, but don't go like overboard. Walter, you haven't been on for a while. That's all good, dude. I'm happy to see you today. Are you streaming later? Okay, so that's the pecans. Then obviously we need butter. Had to go to the store for that. Dark brown sugar, white sugar, corn syrup. I'm not really sure what they mean when they say light corn syrup, because there is like completely clear corn syrup. And then there's this version of golden, which is what I always use. So I guess I'll leave that one up to you as well, but I think that it's really good using the golden one.
That's technically dark, and the other one is like...
The other one's like, what would you call it?
But the amber one?
Well, I think this is the amber one, because this is called golden. Oh, does it go light golden amber? Maybe? I don't know. I'm not a big corn syrup user. This is the only thing I usually buy it for.
You know the one that's in the yellow bottle?
That one.
That one would be like a light corn syrup.
Okay. Okay. Walter says, I picked up a second gig, so no weekends in August, and you had 2 weddings to go to. Love it. Wedding season. One in Philly, the other in Italy. Amazing. Where in Italy was it? One of the best places in the world. Bonk. Excuse me? What did I just read? What is going on? Okay, after the sugars, there's a little bit of milk in there, flour, vanilla, salt, and then our eggs. Don't forget the eggs, otherwise your filling won't really set up. And I will show you later what we're gonna do with the eggs. It is a very important thing that we don't cook them in the filling and make scrambled eggs with caramel. Gross. Bonk is talking about your ceramic pumpkin. Oh, how did it turn out? Did you fire it yet? Okay, let's get into it. So the first step that we have to do, make the pie shell. Check on this Food Network show today. Thank you very much. Wow, I worked so hard on that. I made it before stream, okay? Okay, so pie shell's done. They will bake around 350 Fahrenheit. They always say to par bake the pie shell. I did that once and went through all the hassle, and then I didn't do it the second time and then realized that, yeah, that's not necessary if you make your own crust. I'm not sure if you do a store-bought crust. Maybe there's a bit moisture that you have to bake out in there. It turned out the same, I would say, Sam, or maybe even better, hey? Like, from the time that we par-baked the crust, and then, like, fooled around with taking all the baking beans and stuff off of there and letting it cool, and then filled it again, I didn't find a difference.
I find the way that we do it, the crust turns out flaky.
Because I've even made large versions at camp, and I never par-baked the crust. So to be able to skip that step is pretty huge to me as far as like baking goes. You'll save a lot of time. Hello, Chef Samurai Rick. We got actually a few people that are stopping by today. It's good to see you guys. I mean, don't be sorry that you haven't stopped by. We're just happy to see your face when you do. Okay, first things first. Okay, this is also the other thing that I don't do. So they say to 1, par-bake the crust. I don't worry about it. 2, to toast the pecans for 8 minutes before we put them into the pie. I find that the pecans toast up, no problem, when you just bake the pies in the oven. Because it's like a 35 minutes to 1 hour baking time or more if you make a big pie. So I would be scared that the pecans would almost get too dark if you make a large pie and pre-toast them. Leave that up to you. Okay, so we skipped the first 2 steps. And we are going to start with melting butter and the sugars into a like medium pot. Whenever I'm dealing with sugar or something caramelly, I always like nice high sides on my pot just in case it really gets bubbling and splashing. I was like, where's my other pot? But it's at my client's house because I made them chili last Wednesday and then just left my pot there for them to pack it out of. So I'll use this big one, I guess, today. That's fine.
You lost the pot?
Yeah, lost the pot, baby. Papa gave you a hair wash. That's so cute, Mickey. That means he loves you.
Yep.
Walter, it was your first time in Italy. Constantly getting your mind blown by human achievements was something. Did I miss where you said you went? No. Guys, Italy is one of my most favorite places in the whole dang world. You guys just talking about it makes me excited. Okay, so we're just doing a single batch here. So 1.5 sticks of unsalted butter. AKA, that'll be like 3/4 of a cup. One stick of butter is 1/2 cup. So 1.5 sticks will be 3/4. I did miss it, okay. It was at Lake Como. Whoa! That's like one of the most picturesque places to have a wedding. Flew into Rome, went to Modena, Lake Como for the wedding, Florence, and then back to Rome for the Vatican. Did you have some Florentine steak when you were in Florence? Please tell me yes. I love the rule there is like you can't go out for Florentine steak, guys, by yourself. It's like a minimum 2-person thing. Walter says, oh, I did. I'm just rinsing my hands. I need a little knife to cut this. Cut the butter. We'll get that heated, and then we'll just go over to the stove together and start measuring the sugar right in as it's heating. Sam, can you please just change the view on the GoPro to a closer view from what it was before? You need to know what Florentine steak is, Mish? It is, well, at least it was a rule like 10 years ago when I was there backpacking. Florentine steak is like a really thick cut T-bone steak. It's usually like at least over an inch thick, sometimes close to like 2 inches thick. So the rule is because they don't want like one person ordering all that meat and then not finishing it, right? So I had to like convince someone from my hostel to go with me for Florentine steak. Like I didn't even know this person, but I was like, I want to go out for this and experience it. So that's what I did. It was worth it. Also, then I didn't have to like pay $1 billion for the one steak for myself. This is me measuring out the 3/4 cup of butter. Yeah, that was the rule. Like I said, at least when I was there, it was. So we need this one. I'll just cut this in half from what we're gonna use. So that was our 3/4 of a cup of butter. Did you get to eat anything when you were in Rome? What's that? Okay, thank you, Sam. Okay, so now we're gonna go over. Teddy, we need our little light. That works. Okay, let's do like just under medium heat. The new sound is crisp. Thank you. You like this is our roommates. He got it from Mexico. This is like stuff that they'll sell you on the beach, different vendors. All like handmade stuff. So they just fire the old Corona bottles and then flatten them while they're hot. And that's a spoon rest. Your ear holes like it. We can say thanks, Brian from Sennheiser. Okay, so we're gonna need a whisk for this, and then I'm gonna go grab the sugars while we're here. It looks like the butter's already melted. Brian is so awesome from Sennheiser, he even gave us his phone number in case we had issues in the future. What a legend. Sugars. I don't think we'll need this lid for the pot. And we'll need the flour and milk too. You can even hear like my coffee or a water sip and swallow. Holy. So no sneaky farts allowed then, you're saying? And yeah, it is also nice that we didn't have to buy something different after spending quite a bit of money on this setup. I was like, there's no way it's broken.
Plus the person that bought it for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't want that.
Yeah. No more cursing Mish while she spams feta complaints. Okay. 1.5 cups of dark brown sugar, and then 3/4 of a cup of white sugar. I don't use dark brown sugar. I just use like regular golden sugar. So I guess there's like a few ways that I've made my recipe, or this recipe, my own over the years, and like finessed it to what we like. And for also ease of making it. Like, how many pecan pies would you say that I make every year? Well, definitely at least one. Minimum one. Okay, so we always have to pack our brown sugar 1 cup, and then we need half more. Don't splash the butter. Success. But let's just also say that this pie recipe is so good that people have paid me to make it for them at different like holidays during the year. So she's a keeper. It's tried and true. Simo Swanee, how's it going? Good to see you too. Does the pie ship well to Denmark? Asking for a friend. Well, it ships well across Canada. We know that. I don't know about going all the way across the pond, but we would just have to try and find out. It also ships very well into the Arctic. We know this. Yeah, flying a pie over. Okay, 3/4 of a cup of white sugar. Yeah, I had people that worked up at the Arctic camp. One of the HR ladies, actually, guys. And she loved the pecan pie. I made so much. I think it was at Christmas or something, right?
Yeah.
Or for Thanksgiving, that she like ordered pies for me to make and bake at home and then freeze and vacuum seal and bring them up to the Arctic. And then she brought them home on her days off to share with her family.
I think it was Christmas.
That felt pretty special. Okay, next sugar. You didn't have a single thing in Rome, you just starved. Oh no. Aw, Lauren, Luna's snoring and sunbathing. I wish we could all live that life, it's true. You almost can't hear the traffic. I will also say, Bob, that the windows are almost fully closed now. 'Cause it's getting cold. Okay, next one we're gonna do our corn syrup. I just wanted to give this a stir now that the butter's melted. Corn syrup. I have one other bottle, I believe, to use up. Just a little bit. I will grab the vanilla while I'm over here. So, corn syrup. Sounds like a rally car race outside of our place. Between, like, yeah, the cars with the loud exhaust and the motorbikes, and then we're right on the emergency vehicle route as well as a bus route. We can basically sleep through anything now. Half a cup of light corn syrup, they say. Let's get the half cup measure then. It's gonna fart the bottle. It's like the ketchup bottle fart. Oh no, don't drip it on the stovetop. Who in chat has had pecan pie before? And how would you rate it in terms of your favorite pies? There's that. So having the corn syrup in here, guys, is actually pretty important. Anytime you have like liquid sugar like this, it's gonna help stabilize the other sugars so that they don't crystallize while we're trying to make this into a delicious caramel. That's always like a sneaky thing that pastry chefs will use. Like when I was a pastry chef before at the brewery, I had a really big bucket of just like clear glucose fructose to use in certain things, and man, it worked so good. At first I was like, this feels weird to use, but there's a reason for it. So if you ever have the issue when you make caramel that your sugar crystallizes a lot, try throwing just like a little bit of corn syrup in. It may help you out. Okay, so now we're gonna wait for this to come back up to like a simmer. Make sure all the sugars are melted through. We'll just leave this here so it doesn't drip everywhere. And then while we're waiting, we'll get together. We need milk and flour and then some eggs. Greek, the cavalry has arrived. He brought the Unimog and 4 people. Love it.
We need photos of this guy.
Yeah, you need to take photos. He said he's lurking, but he's gonna be a while. Okay, next steps. 3 tablespoons of whole milk and 2 tablespoons of flour. So not very much at all. And then we'll crack our 4 eggs before we do those ingredients. And that's pretty much it. Just a little bit of salt still. So I'm gonna add the salt now so that it dissolves throughout. The back has seats. That's amazing. You had Roman pizza in Rome, carbonara, Grecia, gelato, amatriciana. You also went to the trattoria that specialized in offals. A pasta with chicken giblets. I would eat that. Okay, 1, 2 nice pinches of salt. So this is looking good. We can turn that off now. She's all bubbling, looking like caramel. Favorite meal was in Modena. You did a 7-course tasting menu at one of Massimo Bottura's restaurants. I'm sure that was amazing. And like the tasting menus in Europe, they weren't even that expensive. Stir this in. See how it's kind of just become one with the butter? It's not all separated anymore. So I think now we're actually going to come back over to the cutting board. This is what they say, Lauren. In a medium saucepan, melt the butter, add the brown sugar, white sugar, corn syrup. Like, they added everything except the eggs. But I found that over the years, adding the flour and milk too early, it might clump up on you and go weird. So I always just do the butter and sugars by themselves first with the salt. And then slowly whisk in afterwards, because the residual heat from this is going to cook the flour anyways, right? But add those 2 after, and then the eggs. Do that. We can do our little bit of vanilla. Thanks, Greek. I love the updates, dude. Hopefully someone can charge your phone back up for you. Let's do like a nice teaspoon of vanilla. This is really like your only flavor in this pie. So I would suggest using a good quality one. And yeah, it's gonna bubble when you add it in. Next one, I'm gonna do the milk and then the flour. So what did I say? 3 and 2, right? Love you, Greek. I hope you get home safe. 3 tablespoons of milk, 2 tablespoons of flour. One, We wet that spoon measure, so we'll have to use another one. Your second favorite was the Lampredato sandwich place near the station. Ended up chatting with a random local olive oil salesman on his way out to Oktoberfest. And Florentine tripe is really good. They cook it like pasta. That's interesting. I didn't spend a lot of time in Florence, so I only ate like a couple of their main things, but that sounds good. I would probably try that then, just how you described it. Come to me, spoon measure. Okay, so now 2 tablespoons of flour. Just white flour, guys. And I kind of sprinkle it when I add it like this. No clumps allowed. And then we'll give it a really good mix now. We'll also say, if you add the flour and it does go clumpy, you can always pass this through a fine mesh strainer. Even after you add the eggs too, if you're worried about the eggs getting scrambled, you can always pass it through a strainer. But just know, if you do end up scrambling the eggs or like clumping up the flour and straining it out, that is gonna take away what is going to make your caramel harden, right? Because the egg is a stabilizer, same with the flour. So if you take a bunch out, you might want to add a little bit more back in. So see how nice and smooth this is? I don't see any floury lumps. So now we are not going to add the eggs yet. I guess it is actually smart that I use like quite a wide bottom pan, because we have to let this cool off to the point where the eggs aren't going to scramble in the caramel. Sugar keeps a lot of heat in, same with butter. Anytime you have like hot oil or hot sugar, it's always terrifying, right? So to have them both combined, there's a lot of heat that's just being stored in here. So I'm just gonna stir this every couple of minutes to let that steam escape out of the top so that we can add our eggs. But we'll crack our eggs and get them ready to go. 4 large eggs is what you want. Yeah, it's like making a caramel bonk, but not a caramel. I guess it's like a fortified caramel, we can say. And Walter, you've had pecan pie before. It's lower on your list, a bit too sweet. This recipe is pretty nicely balanced, I will say. Not like super, super sweet. So you use a good ratio of the sugars. Sam, do you want your kefir to drink?
Yeah.
We got a jug of strawberry kefir the other day, guys. Yeah, it was already ready to go.
Thank you.
It's been so nummy to drink in the mornings. Good for the gut biomes. Okay, so we're gonna crack our eggs separate. Guys, what's like the maximum price that you would pay for one of these small pecan pies? If somebody like me was like selling them local that you could buy for a holiday, what would you say is like a fair price to charge? And also, while we do this, I'm gonna take the crust out. How big? This is, I think, 4-inch diameter. 5-inch diameter. And pretty deep though, like over an inch deep. So like individual pie, or you can like cut it in half and share it, right? For a serving with somebody. I think there's a girl online, she does the same size And I think she's charging $10 per. And she uses like a lot of organic ingredients too. But she was doing more like fruit pies when those were in season in the summer. So maybe got like a deal from one of the farms if she bought a bunch of fruit. I haven't seen her make a pecan one, which are like deceivingly expensive with the ingredients that you have to use. It was Canadian dollars. But you can say American price too, and we just convert it. So we're gonna whip up these eggs before we pour them into the pot. Because how much did I used to charge for the large ones? Like a few years, almost 4 years back now. Did we do $24, Sam?
Yeah.
Was it $20 or $24? Back in the day. These are some nice eggs. They're gonna be amazing in the pie. So I guess you could almost like treat this like how we have warm water to bloom yeast, where we don't want it to be too hot, right? So you don't want to kill the yeast. But I usually set a timer. Let's wait. I just gotta grab my watch. Let's see, 10 more minutes from now, we might be able to add the eggs. And then don't forget to keep giving it a stir every now and then. So we'll just leave these two things over to the side for now. Put away the rest of the filling ingredients. And then the next one on the list, we're cooking tapioca for our bubble tea. You said 6 American, so yeah, probably closer to like $10 Canadian. Place in LA fat and flour that sells a full pie for $45. But yeah, a slice, if you were to just buy a slice, is $7. That's where the money's at, man. Thanks for the follow, Delelo99. I was fooling around with our alerts again this morning. Hopefully they're all working now. You know, they were being a little bit wonky these last few streams after we redid everything. I'm gonna use the coconut sugar. Maybe a little bit of both, actually. Coconut sugar and brown sugar for the tapioca. They have a reputation for high quality. Well, it makes sense why they charge that much then. Okay, back over here while this is cooling beside us. So this is what we're using for our boba, or also known as bubble tea, today. We found this company online, and they're actually a Canadian company, which is super cool. So we really like coconut flavored stuff, and then we just got the basic tapioca that we're gonna do brown sugar with. This is their like little intro for their company. As an appreciation and love for travel, Tealise, I don't know how to pronounce it, Tealise, shares pieces of the world with us through selecting the best quality organic loose leaf tea grown from international tea gardens. They offer more than 100 different kinds of quality whole leaf teas from over 75 estate grown specialty teas. White, green, black, oolong, rhubarb, herbal, and fruit. Located in the captivating Canadian wine region, Niagara-on-the-Lake, you can find our historic, quaint tea shop serving custom tea blends and specialties by hand. How cool is that? Okay, so it says boil water at medium heat 1 cup of tapioca pearls equals 5 cups of water. When the water's boiling, lower it and add in the tapioca. Let it cook for 30 minutes. Didn't realize that was a thing in Niagara, the wines. We found that out when Sam's sister got married around that area. And then like one of the things we did after was go to a winery together. It was really fun and really beautiful too. I was gonna cut this, but maybe I don't have to. Whoa! So I've never seen the tapioca like this. Look, Sam. What the heck? Have you guys seen the tapioca like this? I've only had it like in the clear variety. It looks like they're like coated in something. I don't know. Maybe, oh, to keep it from sticking together. Okay, so 1 cup of this. So I'm assuming half by the looks of it. We need 5 cups of water in the pot. Let's grab a medium pot. Tapioca capers. Seriously, though. Okay, let's stir this too. Keep it cooling on the side. And then we have our crusts also temping up out of the fridge. We don't want our pie crust cold, because then it will crack and become a pain to use. Oh, this was funny yesterday, guys. I didn't post it in Discord. But when we were going out for dinner last night, when we were leaving the parkade, we drove out and saw that someone literally drove their vehicle into our apartment building. It's like, oh my gosh, like what is going on? There was already like a police and stuff there, but like they drove into the building so hard that the airbags went off. And like the windshield and stuff was all smashed. Like it was kind of crazy. Didn't feel it happen or anything either. So I don't know what happened, but that's where we live. We're just like, huh. Well then. Okay, so we have to bring this up to a boil before we put this stuff in, but we can measure out the amount of pearls we need while this is heating up. Medium-high heat. They're not behaving. Yeah, at least the building's sturdy. At least we know that. It's just a crazy place, Lauren. One cup. 1 cup of pearls to 5 cups of water. These feel so cool. Okay, so now look at that. I opened it. The stuff is like really falling off. It's scary. It was on the very opposite side of where we live. Like literally our building is an entire block long. We're on the one corner in the front. This happened on the very back corner. So shouldn't affect us. What the heck? Okay, don't... Wait, we're not supposed to crush the pearls. But half of them are like crushed up in the middle. This is the tapioca, guys. This is how they make them before it's cooked and goes jelly. Okay, so the sub-alert didn't work. The sub-alert didn't work when I just tested them all this morning. Mish, thank you very much gifting the sub to Lauren. You've gifted 51 subs to the channel, by the way. It wasn't a request. Okay, so Mish said she wanted to squish them, and so then I did. But then we realized that this is the legitimate pearl.
Yeah.
So everything that we squished, maybe we'll have to like sift it and remake the pearls again. They look nasty.
What'd you do?
I didn't know. I thought it was coated in the flour. It's okay. So we're gonna bring this just over to the stove. And when the water's boiling, we put it in. I'm scared now. Has anyone ever done this before? This is way different than what I've done. Yeah, no chicken wings for me today, man. They could be babies. Okay, no one else saw it before. This is new. Learning. Okay, so then, wait, let's talk about this part. Once it's cooked, cool it in the pot for 5 minutes. So it says don't strain the water, and then we drain it. Rinse under cold water, so we'll need a strainer. And then something to pour them in after, and mix with sugar. They are gonna expand, I'm gonna say, so choose a container that's pretty big. Probably gonna do this one. Store them in there just in case there's extra to put in the fridge, right? And then we can kind of like shake this up. Then I was also thinking we'll kind of prepare this container. Is that dirty on the inside or outside? What is going on here? I'll go grab another one because that's weird, or use the one that I just had. But we'll prepare that with the sugar so that you can just dump the pearls in and then melt it all together and let it sit. So we need 3 tablespoons of sugar. That was 10-minute timer on this stuff cooling over here. Probably almost good to go. Is this Feral Friday or Sunday? I mean, we didn't get a Feral Friday together, so it can be Feral Sunday instead.
You're so feral outside.
On Friday?
Yeah,
How?
you're outside.
I guess. We're in the Alberta area? We are. Bob. Okay, so I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of just brown sugar and then 1 tablespoon of yummy coconut sugar. You're getting closer and closer to Sammy Cooks. Oh, they're gonna start filing in again. Yes. Okay, 1, 2. Yet it is, says feral is just a state of being. That's where we're all at in life. Okay, there we go. We're prepped for the pearls that we already messed up. But sometimes you have to make a mistake so that you understand what you're doing. It's okay. What would you have done, Sam, if I was not here? Would you have thought that that's like tapioca making the balls not stick together? Or, yeah, like everyone's gonna want to squish the bag. They really gotta put a sticker on there that says, don't squish, do not squish the bag. Straight up. You're going to visit Vancouver in December. I mean, it's still a pretty easy drive as far as like Canadian terms and lengths go. Going to Vancouver, easy, because we've done it lots. But yeah, beautiful place. If you want any recommendations, give me a message. We haven't lived there now since 2017, like end of that year. But we do have lots of friends there still. One of our friends has a Michelin star restaurant. They just actually got their star renewed. So that's cool. We haven't even gone to eat there yet. Okay, the coconut tea, what does this say? Add a tablespoon of powder to 250 milliliters of hot water. So usually I just make this part in the glass. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons of sugar into the tea if you want. There is a bit, like there's 18 grams of sugar in it already, so you can always add more. And then you pour in the milk and whisk that together, and then you add your boba. Okay, let's go over first. Who called them again? Just had to, hey? Turn that down a bit. And then maybe I'll have like a little slotted spoon. Are they right here? Oh no, they're coming to get us. It's never a dull moment where we live. Like, even our friend was laughing at us that we went to see in Calgary, because I guess he had a revenue property around this area, like right on the same street that we are now, and he's like, oh, that street is where you guys are? He's like, holy. Okay, we're pouring it in. I'm scared. I don't know what's gonna happen. There's a lot of tapioca floating. I turned it back up. I'm not gonna stir it. Wilson, how's it going? It's good to see you. Just give it a moment. I didn't want to like disturb the pearls too much. I mean, even like the little bitlies though, when they cook out, it's still gonna be yummy. This is new, guys. So as this cooks, it's gonna become clear. What? Y'all can disturb my pearls any day. Doesn't this look so weird? We need to go closer. That's what it is. Do we just want this view right here? Whoa. Hold on, everyone. Oh no, it doesn't want to stay up. GoPro, be good. Oh my god, we're back up. I need like something rubber. Is this not supposed to stay at different angles, Sam, the tripod?
No.
Well, that's lame. That's lame then. Back up it is. Okay, I'm just trying to get the proper like temp heat that we're looking for here, and also like watching that it doesn't cook into just one mound. The other thing we are gonna do, let's do now because some time has gone by. Like 28 minutes, and we'll check it a bit early. So you can see how some of them are already going clear. That's what we want, and I'll just give it a stir every now and then. Love is an interesting term. Oh no. Wilson, I am also stressed for all those people, especially like, I've been trying to stay up on what's coming again for everyone. We're all in shock, for sure. But we have a few, like Titan, one of our mods, it was like really affected. Same with one of our mods' dads was. So we all got to take care of each other. Okay, come on back over. And we're going to mix our eggs into the filling. That's your playground, so you know every spot that was hit hard. We were watching some YouTube videos yesterday of some of the people helping out. Holy smokes, you really don't understand until you get like down at human level, right? Top down doesn't do a thing. the amount of land that was moved. Just nuts, man. So we're thinking of them too. You and Oak spent a lot of time there together, right? That was like when we had like Jasper National Park, a lot of it burned. Like that's how we all felt. It was like, that is our playground. Like, how is this happening? Okay, so this is definitely cooled off now. The eggs are not gonna curdle. We can just pour it all in and then whisk it until it's smooth. Nice, Bonk. That's a big slap. Our fortified caramel for the pecan pie. Lauren's doing dishes. She's got an early morning dish shift. Thanks for supervising. You know we need it. Okay, so see how I kind of mixed it slowly at first so the eggs wouldn't splash? Now you can really go for it. Smells so good, the vanilla. Now we're not really trying to like whip it so that we incorporate air. I'm just making sure that all of the egg is equally mixed. And that looks good. And so then we can do like a test lift with how the caramel is. Feels nice. Set that to the side by the nuts. And now we can get into rolling out the crust. And I'll also turn the oven on to preheat for us. Our cute little crust. This one looks pretty small. We might have to add to it, so let's leave that one for the end. But these other ones are perfect. Well, I guess it is 3 p.m. for Lauren. I'm just saying early morning dish duty. That's like Sam will say like good morning to everyone he sees, no matter what time of day. And like he'll get them, right? Where they like say good morning back. And it's like 3 p.m. It's just maybe a Canadian thing? I don't know. Just grabbing some flour, guys, so that we can roll this out. And I think I'll use my baking board just so that we don't make the wooden one really dirty. Quickly and randomly, Le Creuset is discontinuing their matte blue, so if you like deep dark blues, check the sale section. We have the one Staub that's like navy. The Brazier. Wonder what else they have. But I'm pretty happy with all the cast irons that we have and like how often we use them. Stuff like that. Look at how much that changes the view. So crazy. Like a little bit lighter. Okay. So let's do a touch of flour just so that our crusts don't stick. Also get in that oven preheating. And then for our pie tins, whenever I make pies, I always bake them on a sheet pan, just in case it bakes over. I don't love cleaning the oven. I've cleaned enough ovens in restaurants and stuff in my life, so I always try and not have to clean the oven every week at home. That's a good way to do it. So as we fill these, we'll set them onto the pan, and then it's also easy to take them out in and out of the oven. Usually start with a good amount like that, and then I just push it to the side, whatever I don't need. You don't need to spend more on them either. Yeah, currently in our life, I don't think we can spend any money on like cookware. Not unless it's something that we like really need. Just giving the tapioca a stir over here before we started this task and made our hands dirty. The matte navy color, I believe that's what she said. Yeah, bonk. Deep dark blue. They're discontinuing the matte blue. Which I will say is like one of my favorite colors. I can't get into this crust. Especially if you cook a lot, that blue like holds a lot of imperfections, let's say, because like as you use the cast irons, especially with gas stoves, you'll start to get like little black flecks building up on the outside. The blue will hide a lot of that. We have, I think my favorite like cast irons are brazier, the frying pan, and then the little saucepan. That's what I use, I would say, on a weekly basis. Push this over now. I'm just seeing how this felt, because it felt a little bit cold, but I think we'll be a-okay. So usually I'll roll these out to around 1/4 inch thick. This crust is really flaky. It almost like puffs up like puff pastry. And we just try to keep it round as we roll it out. You guys can see the streaks of the fat in here. So the white is the lard, and then the more like yellow, darker streaks is the butter. That's what you want to see. Sometimes I'll flip it over. And then we just want to watch that we're rolling it to an even thickness all the way around too. There's no thin spots. And that looks pretty good. I'm gonna do a touch of flour there where it was fatty. Food, hello there. Ooh, there's like a little crack there where the lard is. We'll just watch that as we put it in. Should be able to work this down. This looks a bit small. It's almost gonna be like more butter tart-esque, which I think Sam's okay with that too.
Yep.
So when you make butter tarts, the crust doesn't like really go above the edges. It'll more just like crimp in like this in different spots. Almost looks like a flower when it bakes. It's quite nice. So just arrange the crust how you want it to bake in there, and that'll be fine. Got one more crimp there. That looked better. You like the deep teal color? They don't have many pieces with the color that you would want though. They really have so many colors, hey? I'm surprised I don't have a purple one, but I do have like the purple trivet. We tried to kind of get like one piece in every color back in the day when we had money like that to spend. You just got the standard red, and yeah, we have the standard red. I think what we have, navy, orange, red, white, green, and then the trivets are purple and orange. But not all of my cast irons are Le Creuset or Staub. I've got a couple brands that were less expensive, and they still do the job. Maybe not quite as good, but still very nice to have and use. Let's say on the cheaper like enamel cast irons, you'll just notice that stuff will stick to it a lot easier, and it will be also harder to clean. Like, it's easier to scratch. That's what I've noticed over the years. But it is maybe also nice to have a few like cheaper cast irons that you don't have to be super careful with, right? Like if you're searing a lot of meat and making a stew, who cares if you build up the fond a bit in there? I've also seen some people try to like sell secondhand Le Creusettes here that are like basically black on the photo on the inside, and like it doesn't matter what price you charge on that, like there's no going back from that once that happens. Notifications are quiet today, and like I have the sounds up full. Weird. Thank you, Maka, for the 100 bitlies. What do you got going on today, Maka? You streaming? Yeah, like this signature round Dutch oven 5.5 quarts is $420 now. Whoa. You got a new crockpot casserole pan for free and it works just fine. I love those moments for sure. Okay, let's see what we end up with here. This one was deceiving. We might end up with a little crust on the edge. You did a stream earlier, now you're just resting. Awesome. It's always good to get exercise in first thing. That's what we like to do too. Look at this little, just like a piece of fat. I'm just gonna pinch that off because it'll just melt in the oven anyways. Okay, so now I will press this around on the edge. Don't worry if it overlaps in some places a bit. Very quiet. Like, what is going on here? I rechecked all of the alerts before stream. Like, Sam heard me do them and I was like, yeah, that scene's good. That scene's good. And now it's broken. I don't know what to say, guys, but I guess I'm dropping stream elements after this. I know we've talked about it for a long time. That's about the only one I got there. Because if it shows on my side when I do like the emulate the scene is what I have to do on OBS to see if it works when you guys press it. But thank you, Lauren. She's just looking for an excuse. And we say thank you very much. Not 1, but 5 gifted subs to the channel. Tall Homie Joe, Willie Do It and Betty Don't, we've seen him, Mr. Crumbler, Pandasaurus Reximus, and Tatsu80. Welcome into the kitchen crew. Tall Homie Joe. I love people's usernames. Okay, just gonna press this in a little bit more. And then we'll run a fork around the edge to make it look nice and pretty. Misha's too tired for this. Somebody went drinking last night. Guys, it's Canadian Easter. Or not Easter, it's Canadian Thanksgiving coming up next weekend. So I'm thinking it's turkey time. Thinking it might be turkey time. See, I'm too tired for this too. Got you, Mish. There's no more whiskey. Gross. Yucko. I'm not a whiskey person. This really helps, like crimping the crust edge. It helps it from sinking back in when the pie is baking. So don't skip that step. And now we can just go back around and even out the edges. No one's gonna know. Whiskey ain't gross. That's like the one alcohol I've just never been able to enjoy. Mish, I'm sorry. Okay, one more. This little one. You have so many people that you'll have to take hiking, Lauren. You should actually, like, become a guide or something. Like, we've had friends that we worked with up at camp, and, like, on their days off, they did, like, different guiding around, like, whether it was hunting, hiking, skiing, stuff like that, if you know the area. Yeah, including me. They said it was very, very fun, though. Because, like, if you're always out there and you love to share it with everyone, it could be something really fun. Okay, this one is not staying round. I don't know what happened. One of your yoga peers is hiking and yoga meditation trips. So fun. Actually, one of my goals, because I'm starting to like think about next year already, because it's not that far away. One of my goals I put for next year, guys, is to do a meetup somewhere all together for our online community. So I don't know, maybe we should start thinking about it now so that people can start planning ahead of time, right? If they have to book flights and watch for deals. Samo found his cheesecake. Mish, are you saying I'll have to start saving money? Well, that's the thing is, like, I'm not sure where the best spot would be to host it. That would be easy for everyone. I'm just gonna push this all down so it's even. Gonna be one really nice pie and then two kind of uglier pies. But I think Sam's okay with that anyways.
Oh, you okay?
Devin Taco Eater redeemed cheesecake. No, he said, ask me anything. I thought you did a recipe redeem. You didn't mean to do that, but you did it. You gone done and did it. Cruise to Alaska? That would be amazing. Okay, get rid of this. Now we're gonna fill up first the nuts in the bottom of the pie tins, and then the filling on top. Alaska would be unreal, but I'm sure that's quite an expensive spot for everyone to be able to get to. I mean, Canada's probably the cheapest spot as far as hosting something for everyone else to come to. Because our dollar's so shit that everyone's actually gonna save money when you actually get here. That's my one thought. Google's cheapest place in the US instantly regrets. Meesh. Okay, what am I looking for? A half cup measure? Half cup measure. Yeah, it will help reinvigorate the economy. Let's all meet in Rugby, North Dakota, the geographic center of North America. Can I make you a chocolate caramel cheesecake? Do you know how much that's gonna cost? I don't know if you're prepared to pay for that. Yeah, half a cup of nuts per small tin, maybe even less. Don't have it heaping. It's usually like just over one layer of nuts in the bottom like that. And then some will float up, and then others will just stay in the yummy caramel. There. Rugby looks like a nice little town. I mean, we could always plan somewhere close. Like, I mean, it would be amazing if we went somewhere like Waterton or something, met all together. just somewhere right over the border for you guys to travel if you are gonna drive. So maybe it is good that I brought it up now. But it's gonna take us a little bit to figure it out. Okay, so next, I will usually pour the filling, now that it's cooled, just into a measuring cup with a pour spout, so that we don't make a huge mess. Cobblestone Inn and Suites are currently $143 US a night. That ain't bad. The other thing that we could do is, like, some people I'm sure would be comfortable with it. It's like if we had a group, we could rent like an Airbnb and stay together with like 8 to 12 people that we were comfortable with. But yeah, there's things to talk about, guys. Don't be afraid to fill these tins up with the filling. They'll puff up a little bit when it bakes, but they will smooth back down after it's cooled. So don't feel like if you put it right up to the edge that it's gonna start baking out. It doesn't really do that. We're friends online, now you want us to live together? I've done it before, like at a TwitchCon when we stayed with Tabitha and Amanda. That was so fun. Because there's some pretty sweet locations. And I know you get a better deal that way. Plus, like, the ease of having a kitchen and stuff where we could actually do cooking together. Or Sam and myself, we just rent the Airbnb for like the weekend and have you guys come for the day, and we do food and stuff and drinks together. That's always an option too. That's how much we have left. I've never froze this. I usually just put it in a container, and what we've done before is like putting this into coffee is not bad at all. Well, like, we wouldn't go for a day, you know what I'm saying, Mish? If you're someone that's coming from far away, we would make it worth your while. Okay, let me start looking up some things, and I'll keep you guys updated. And also, if you guys have any fun things, let us know. All right, crusts are rolled out, pies are filled, ready to go in the oven. Is this hair still being insane here? Guys, I'm just gonna shave it off. Shave the hair off. I don't think the oven has beeped yet from anyone that has been listening, right? We didn't hear a beep, right, Samo? So you gotta wait a little bit longer before we put the pies in. And then maybe I'll show you what the tapioca is looking like. Mike was being funny crunchy. Don't even say it, Lauren.
Don't do it.
But it fixed itself. What was I doing when it did it? Or was it me just stirring? So this is how this is looking. I gotta turn it up a little bit. It's not really bubbling too much now. But they're definitely getting cooked. It just doesn't look that appetizing at all. I'm gonna try and like get some of these lumps separated. We have, only like 2 more minutes anyways. Okay, let's bring it back up to a simmer. Because all of this, in my mind, should be clear looking. If you've ever cooked tapioca before, it is like fully clear when it's cooked through. If there's a little bit of white in the middle, it's not gonna be cooked yet and will be like hard and very chewy. You were gonna say nothing, it fixed itself? Holy smokes. Okay, the oven did just beep. So I'm just gonna separate the pies on the pan here, put them in the oven. I'm gonna set a 15-minute timer to check on those. That should be around the halfway point. Mish is gonna spend $2,000 for a sandwich and a beer, and then we'll just send her home. Back to jail. I mean, what do you think? You get multiple days out of prison to visit? Okay, we brought this back up to a roll. There we go. Simmer on down a bit. I'm gonna put away our sugars and syrups. Yeah, just a quick hi-bye. We won't even leave time for jet lag. It's not doing it again. It's not doing it. Are you serious? So like it actually is. Sam's gonna look. Oh no. We lost the whole camera even. Wait. We just lost the entire stream. Every camera is frozen. I don't know what's happening. And my timer is going off. I don't know what's going on right now. But you guys can hear me though. Hello, Frank? Well, the battery pack's still charging everything. That's what you get, a black screen. Let's see if I just turn it on and off. Get what's his name on the phone? It's Sunday, you guys. That didn't reset it. One sec. Deactivate, reactivate. We can't even get through one stream.
We did get through one stream.
No, we didn't.
Yesterday.
Oh, we got through yesterday. It's true. So, but like, how does that happen? Is that just like a power surge? How would something turn off the GoPro, make my other cameras freeze? How are these? I'm pretty sure this one, like, are we gonna come back? The GoPro just decided to die.
No, it's working. You're recording right now. See it beeping? Blinking?
It did that itself. As soon as I turned over, it was doing that. So, side button?
Press the top one.
I've given up. Is this just like telling me maybe just don't stream no more? I don't know, guys. Time to pick a new platform.
So I fixed it or?
No, it's fine. That's almost done anyways. If I stop streaming, I'll riot. I just don't know why this keeps happening. That's it. There's like a 7-year expiration date on it. It's only a 2018 to a 2025 situation. we'll have to figure something else out to all spend time together. GrubTruck was having issue with their cameras last night too. Well, thanks for like helping me not just like feel like it's all me, but still. I don't think you guys understand how frustrating it is. That's all I got. I am going to put these nuts away. Let's pack away the extra filling. That looks absolutely amazing. I know, it's coming up so quick. Okay, so this one broke too. That's wild. There's just like been a lot of firsts happening recently, if that makes sense. Just a lot of firsts that we've never had happen before. In like all the different places that we've streamed to, right? Are you gonna come back or are you just gonna say no? So we went from 3 cameras to 1. All right. That's all I gotta say about that. Alrighty, Rue then. Yeah, but like you guys, like you said, it's for like your hobby and stuff. This guys take really seriously. It's different when you have people that show up every week and have like expectations like you do. We got our serious faces. No, it just like doesn't even come back now. We went from 3, actually 4 yesterday we could have had. And now we have 1. That's it. That's what we got. It's okay. Oh no, my one timer's gone. There's no way it was already 10 minutes, was it? 10 minutes of this? And the pie's already almost baked? Whoa. A solar flare hit the house? Somebody's messing with us, that's all I'm saying, guys. What happened? We don't even know what's happening. Blondie! How are you doing today? Samo, it's okay. He's not giving up. And I applaud him for that because I've already, I'm good. So we're gonna pour, we're just gonna do everything like this. Just everything goes on the floor. Don't worry though, it's fine. We're gonna pour the sauce into the container. That wasn't me tooting, that was a spatula on the pot, but I'll let you believe whatever you want. This is sometimes like where my mind goes though, is like what's the point of technology if it doesn't work?
It's just too hot.
Samo said it's too hot. But it's not even summer. Way too hot in here. If it was a fan outside honking from the street, it is hot. So,
It literally says camera too hot.
well, I didn't see it on that side. So why is it overheating then?
Well, you have a boiling pot of water here with
Yeah.
no fan going out. And no.
Well, I thought it was pretty far away.
Yeah, but air rises this way.
Okay.
And the camera just got too hot.
So cooking boba creates a lot of heat, I guess. Because we've cooked a lot of other things already, and the camera was fine. These are the questions I have, that's it. Okay, the next step, we've let our boba pearls now cool in the liquid. Now we're gonna strain that and mix the sugar in. Don't worry though, you won't see any of it.
This one, I am not sure.
Okay, so that was the GoPro got too hot, but we still don't know why the other camera is not working currently. So we got one fixed. October is when you have the heat waves there, Bonk. It's a moist heat. Well, yeah, the starch, I guess, right? Okay, so I'm just draining the pearls from the water in the sink, and then in here we have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and then 1 tablespoon of coconut sugar to sweeten up the tapioca and flavor them. This is very traditional, the tapioca pearls with brown sugar. You can get a couple other ones that are like more fruit flavored that aren't just like brown. But this one is one of the most popular for sure. Your older doggo's watching now. Cute. We have an audience. Smells good, looks pretty good. Oh yeah, now they said to have the pearls not stick together, rinse them under cool water. Give them a rinse-a-roo. It feels really crazy. It feels like fish eggs. And that's what most people think this is if they've never had it before. Okay, so I rinsed it until there was no heat left. Bonk. Yes, by Davidoff. You guys. Which, you wanna eat one? I gotta separate it. Oh no! It went on his lip. It tastes like nothing. Beard shot. It's sticky business. Okay, let's just go to the face main, please, for now, if this is gonna be a piece of poop. Hi, I just didn't think this was too much to ask, but I'd just like for things to work in my life. Just like one nice, like, weekend where everything just works. They really taste like nothing, Bong, so they're just colored. And then, like, I really gotta soak this strainer and everything right now, otherwise I don't think we're ever gonna be able to use it again. It's so dang sticky. It's like sealed in there forever. Okay, so pour warm water over that. And now we just mix in the sugar until it's all like melted in, I suppose. And it will soak up the flavor. And then while that's sitting, we can make the tea. The pies have a little bit more to go, but they're probably almost done soon. Okay, if I give you a look like this, that's where we're at. It actually looks pretty delicious. They're peeling apples today for apple butter. I remember when we lived on the island, guys, and it was apple season in the community garden near our house. People would bring their like really nice apple presses, and then you would be able to bring your apples in whatever you brought them in, and they would press your apples for you, and then you just take the juice away and they deal with the rest. So fun. This seems like a lot of work for a boba tea. So this is the most, like, this is traditional of how they make the boba. So that's why it's like this bonk compared to, let's say, this other one that we used before, which is really, really easy and quick. From a Taiwanese kit. These ones. So I don't know if we've made this, but this is how it comes. So you get the pearls, but look. So they're already cooked and in the syrup. They say to like just microwave them in the plastic, but I'm super weird about that. So I'll usually just pour it into a small amount of water in a pot and cook it for 3 minutes. And then you just make the tea the same way in the hot water and then combine it together. So this is like, oh, maximum like 10 minutes to make a boba tea. But obviously, if you're starting with the raw tapioca and have to cook the pearls closer to like 45 minutes by the time everything's done. So I'm just gonna keep stirring this as we go along to get that sugar all melted in. Do they cook it in giant cauldrons, Pell? I've never watched a video of how they make boba, but those are some of my favorite videos to watch on YouTube, like how they make things, how it's made. Best show ever. Okay, 5 seconds on the pies. I'll take those out and we can have a peek. Hello, welcome back. Oh, the cauldrons for the apple butter, you're saying. I see. Not the boba. Okay, pies. Still got a bit to go for chore. So let's keep doing boba then. I just gave them a shake and it's quite liquidy still. Let's do another 10. Okay, next up, our coconut. Estarcy, you're used to the pearls being cooked in the syrup to flavor them, right? We did it the hard way, and then I also learned the hard way. It's like I squished the bag of the tapioca pearls thinking that they were like coated in the tapioca. No, we had to cook that. So I squished a bunch of the pearls by accident. Oh well, I guess. Okay, 1 tablespoon of powder to 1 cup of hot water. And then there's 100 milliliters of milk. Is that the camera coming back on? I think it's back. It says, notice your GoPro turned itself off during the previous session because it was too hot. We say okay. So Is it still plugged in, Sambo? No, we unplugged it. So if I plug it back in, it will work again for us?
It will work.
Yes. And then guys, don't forget, we still have, it's this top one by the mic, right?
Yeah.
We still have to set up the arrow garden. Ah, I didn't mean to. Go back to video. So I'm switching it because we're gonna do the tea stuff here. So I was bringing this down and like over. What? Did you already have it on the scene?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to get it working.
Okay, now try. Oh my gosh, there's a bearded man in the kitchen? There's a bearded man? Whoa. We were recording it. We got this. We do. Oh, it's working, guys. Do you want bigger scene? It was better the other one. Because you could see. We got this. Sammy's Cheesecake is the real hero here. We know it. Okay. Let me fix up some of these cords. Because this is where we're going to make our tea. We're going to go up a bit. Hold on to your pants. This is our little coffee station. This is usually the power pack that's plugged into everything over here. Behind the scenes, and then this GoPro is also plugged in all the way around to the computer. Oh, that was the coffee falling, I see. So one thing about streaming in the kitchen is you have like an endless amount of cords. This is gonna flip up. We're gonna fill up a little bit of water. We need about a cup worth of hot water in each glass. Oh no! You can't hold on to pants if you're not wearing any. Well then I guess you're already good to go then. You're like streamlined. Okay, heat that up. And I'll use some nice clear cups for you guys. Because usually you get boba with clear glasses. I'm all the way over here. Can you see me even? Bonk's not even wearing a bra. What the heck? I think I actually have to take this out. And guide this here. Otherwise the cup wouldn't fit. So we're gonna pour, I think first is how I usually do it. I'll measure out the powder into the cup and then pour the hot water over the top. This one does need to get cut open. The other one was not sealed, but the other one was. Wait, what? The chat's getting sus. Sometimes it's like that here. If you know, you know. Is it like a sauce jar? It's a mason jar. I have some other mason jar glasses but that have a handle, but they're all in the dishwasher. I'm sorry. 1 tablespoon of powder to 250 mils of hot water. I'm not gonna put any sugar in right away, I don't think, because there's already 18 grams of sugar in this mix. See how it tastes first, because we also made the boba pearls really sugary. Are these the Classico jars? The Classico pasta sauce jars? Okay, we'll put that there for you guys to see. Actually, it did look good over there. And now, just watch. I'll also say you probably don't even need that much water. Usually I just pour enough water to the point where we can froth this all together and dissolve it. Like that, just to the bottom little edge. And then, to make really easy work of it, we just take a frother and go boop. Is it dead? Of course the batteries. Guys, the batteries die as I go to use it. Don't worry though, it's just a AA. We got more. But what are the chances that after everything else that happened today that this would instantly die as I go to use it? Chances are high, let me tell you. That's actually deceiving. I didn't know there was 2 AA's in there. There is a very upset pupper outside. I don't know if you guys can hear. Did I put those in the right way? Sometimes there's doggos that will bark at the bakery here across the street. If the owners leave them outside too long, they'll say, hey, don't forget about me. I can't get the batteries in. I think that's the wrong way. When Kim leaves you in the car, you just sit and bark like that too? Okay, maybe I did have it in the wrong way before. Testing. It's still not working. I had to get Sam to try it, and then after that, I quit. Hi, I need a replacement, please.
Yes.
I think it's Pupper in the park that's barking. He says, throw the ball, Dad. Like, I'm pretty sure I put him in the same way that you did. Let's see. Just test the button first before you... Whoa! It works. Thanks. Thanking you.
Welcome, dear.
He's cheering us on. Okay, so back to this. Woo! Holy, that's high powered. Froth it up. Get the next one. And then we'll chill this for a few moments in the fridge, is what I usually do. One, so that we don't crack the glass, going from hot to cold too quick. And then 2, so that all of your stuff, because we drink this cold, is not gonna like melt all the ice. You kind of want to see the barking doggo? It looks like a black lab that's older. He's just living life in the park, just yelling at his owner. Pretty dang cute. He's got a red harness on. That's my description. Black lab with white muzzle. I think he's all black. Maybe he has like a little gray mustache, probably, if I looked closer. Pell. All the motorcycles going by make me want to go shovel loose gravel into the road. Are you saying here or where you are? That's actually a great way to deal with that. I don't even think that would stop them though. Okay, so then the other thing, because most people's fridges, or at least here, the shelves are glass in the fridge. So I'll just put a little towel under the jar on the fridge shelf so we don't crack the glass on the fridge. Very strategic, this boba making here. Oh man, Pell. The All Blacks, the rugby team. I learned about that when we were working at camp. And I would try to guess the new people that came to camp with an accent. Because it's like, okay, where the hell are you from? You're not from Canada, right? And then my friend growing up played rugby. And I was trying to guess this guy's accent. But it wasn't like Australia or anything like that. So he's like, okay, he might be from like South Africa or New Zealand, so talk about rugby and see what his like reaction is. And that's how I got him. That's how I got him. Can you drink the white stuff? Yes, we're just gonna chill it for a few moments. And I'm also gonna check on the pie. Whoa! I think they're done, guys. I think that's actually perfect timing. Okay, so see how it's domed up right now when they first come out of the oven? Makes a little dome. So as that cools, it's gonna go even. It will simmer on down. But whoa, it looks so perfect. Do we still not have a cutting board, Cam, right? Okay, we'll come over here then together while we're waiting on our drinky. Pupper's still going. He's living over there. Okay, so how I usually test these is like the jiggle test. So now you can even see that it's hardened up more out of the oven. But if there's like just a little bit of jiggle in the center like that, you're perfect. And then the crust is really nice and golden too. So these usually have to sit for like a couple hours before you get into them. Just know that. But I will say the smaller pies don't take nearly as long to cool off as the larger ones do. Also a hack, I suppose, for doing that size. Okay, while we're waiting on the coconut drink to chill off, we just have one more thing to finish up, which is switching over our arrow garden. Just make a little bit more room over here. Maybe in the corner for us all together. And all I have to do is switch out the pods that we set up yesterday. Not like the biggest deal. But I will show you, I guess, where it lives. It is just over here in the corner. Beside our coffee station, we also have been like using it as a little lamp. In the mornings is really nice, but that's where the arrow garden is. So everything is really close to the pods right now for the light, but the only thing we realize is that the pump in this one that our friend let us use is broken, and we're not able to order it back to Canada, so we just ordered a whole new one. So we're just gonna pour the water into the new one. How's this view from over here? That's not bad. Set it up and then take the other one away. I needed a little knife. And yeah, all of this whole setup was only $100 if you're someone that likes to use a lot of fresh herbs or tomatoes, peppers, lettuce at home. I thought that was a pretty good deal. Especially since it came with another kit for 6 pods. Set it and forget it. Basically, yeah, like I'll show you when we set the new one up because it should work all properly. But you even set like what's growing in there, and then it will turn the light on and off as it needs for the time of season that it's in for growing too. Pretty dang cool. Let's see how this was all packaged up here. US power plug. And then this is this. It's cute. It's just a different shape. So it's like rectangle. Maybe they also kind of redesigned where the pods sit, I feel. Is this all sealed? No. The reveal. Ta-da! Hi, Annie. You finished the leaves? Did they all fall off the trees already, or are you still gonna have more? Look at how nice that looks. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna peel the tape. Is it still going on and off the audio? Does it sound the same as what it was doing before? Because now we're gonna have to give some info back to Brian for the next week of streams. It sounds the same with the distortion. I will tell you this that I did today. I used a different mic pack than I did on yesterday's stream. But Bonk says it's more... I don't know, I just used the one that's me thinking about what I did.
Yeah.
He says it sounds like interference, but I just took the pack that was in the other apron from before. Who was our first ever mod? I think it was Vune.
Yeah, we're stuck there on that.
He is busy these days. Okay, so that's synced still.
I turned the squelch up a bit more.
Guys, we turn the squelch up more, whatever that word means. You're gonna be a mod in here someday? That's your goal? I mean, we don't really need any more mods. Just saying. We got quite a few. To have a mod status in somebody's channel, you have to be there for like years. Or I have to actually trust what you're gonna do. Let's just say that. So this comes with some recipe cards as well. Tomato cucumber salad with mint. Also pesto. And then I'm just gonna look at the quick setup guide. So this also shows, so the middle one is what's here. Round one. We tried a different one because the reviews on the round one says that the buttons end up usually not working. So this is the Harvest Elite. The other one's the Harvest Elite 360. This is how it looks inside. So this is where you water. It just comes out, pops out easily when you have all the pods set up. And then this lifts. This is the pump I was talking about that got, I think, just too much water scale on it. And then it seized up in my roommate's one and it doesn't want to run anymore. So what we have to do, fill up our water, put the top back on, and put our pods in. Oh, and the food, which I already have a bottle open. So you feed it like a double batch when you first plant it, and then it says every 2 weeks you give it more plant food. Dun, dun, dun. I can't really see you right now, so I'm just gonna move this a sec. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is our plant food. I know for the 6 pods yesterday, it said that we needed 8 milliliters of the plant food for the water. And then, okay, so first things first. Make sure this, so let's make sure that the bowl, because this lifts up, is secured properly to the base. Check. The pump cord is plugged into the connector at the back of the base, and plug in the power cord adapter. So our pump is all plugged in here. There's just a little thing to easily lift it up and down. Our adapter. What, Annie? Are you talking about your dad? What was going on over there? The sewer backed up? No. I mean, that was a common occurrence, though, from what we've seen and heard. Power adapter is plugged in. Okay. The next one. So they said we didn't even have to lift all of this up unless you're checking on the pump. So next one, it says remove the water cover. Add water to the fill here. You guys see that when you're looking in before? I'll raise this up a bit. Just a little thing in there that says fill to here. I think we said it was 2 and a bit liters yesterday. And then we put the food in, and then we'll switch the pots. And then I'll show you the little user interface if you want. And then maybe by that time, it can be pie and tea time. And we want a cool water. Titan, you've been living off of canned food, instant ramen. I'm happy that you're here today, dude. I've been thinking about you and like everybody else. You probably shouldn't be here. No, you have to. That was 1 liter. Two. And yeah, a bit. It's like 2 liters in a cup. That's what I've also seen online, Titan. FEMA sucks. It seems like in some areas they were awesome responding, and then a lot of other people were not helped out. But I mean, the just sheer size of area that was affected, I mean, it's gonna take so much time to get to everyone. We've been watered. Next one. Get our little caparoo here. Eight milliliters. This is our plant food. We're gonna pour that in. Rinse that out. Who was mod first? Annie was here first. In succession. Next one. Okay, next I'm gonna switch this out. So you might have a little bit of arms in here. Move this forward a touch and maybe sneak behind. Also, how hard are these gonna be to try and get out? We'll find out. So first I'm gonna take all these little dome covers off of the pods. Otherwise they'll just fly around. What is the garden system called? This is an aero garden. Can you see that? Aero garden. It's new. This is the first time I'm using it. Okay, so we said the way that we set up the herbs, the short ones were in the front. So do that. So that's curly parsley. Will sprout in 14 to 21 days. This is thyme. It has the same germination rate, 7 to 14. Or sorry, no, the other one was 14-21. Thyme is short, so you can grow thyme really quick. In a week, it will be sprouted. So maybe next Sunday on stream, we'll have little sprouts. The next one was chives, and they say these grow short, probably just for the reason that you can cut them quite often. The next one that I want here will be a medium one, so this is Thai basil. That's also a 7 to 14 day germination. I don't know how far to push these in. I guess just so they don't move. Next one is tall, and that's dill. Makes sense. It grows pretty tall before you can harvest it, so I thought it would be smart to put that in the back, just so you don't have to reach over it to cut the smaller things, right? Put the taller things in the back. And then lastly, our mint, which smart to grow it on its own, not in the garden bed, and that's a 6 to 10 day. So mint I think is the quickest. And then all we're gonna do, just want to make sure we have the right scene here, perfect, is put these little domes back on. And this will hold in the heat, a little bit of heat inside, as well as the moisture so the seeds don't dry out. And then once our little sprout comes up out of here, we'll take these domes off when it's almost touching the top of it. Okay, now do a little switcheroo here for you guys. We'll move this one into the corner and get rid of the other one. So that just shuts off the light. Unplug. Just keep in mind that this one's still full of water, right? So it's a little bit heavy. I need a moment, please, of help.
Yeah.
Just need some counter space somewhere. Thank you. A moment of help. Is Lauren back? No, Lauren's still here. Okay, it's really dark in the corner. Let's get this plugged in. On. Welcome. Can you guys see that? Not really, hey? So it just says, welcome, press this plant button to start, the green one. Start a garden in 2 easy steps. Number 1, we'll set the clock. Sure. It is 2:22 p.m. Someone's watching over us. Clock is set. Press the plant button to continue. Select the plant type. We don't have flowers. Uh-oh. Herbs. 17 hours of light, they say. Check. Herb garden set. Whoa! The light automatically comes on. And now, since these are just babies, we're just gonna lower the light. Doesn't have to be up that high. And so then the light will do its own thing. We're at 0 days planted. Can you guys see all this stuff? I might just have to take a photo for Discord. So on the left, it's days planted, 0. You have your time in the middle. And then it also gives you the plant food timer of when to feed it with this stuff again. So it will count down from the 14 days so that we don't forget, because that's always a tough one too. And then it will also tell you when it runs out of water. And I think that's pretty much it. That's all I know, at least. We'll just sneak that back into the corner, and I'll give you guys daily updates. Sam's looking at my microphone and how I have it. Hi, welcome back. You had to go 40 miles to the nearest town to get supplies, dude. It must be this mic pack then, hey guys? Because I said I used this one yesterday.
You didn't use that one yesterday.
Oh no, that's true, I didn't.
No, you used the same mic pack.
It is
That
the
one's
same
still
mic
the-
pack, actually.
That's still the different frequency.
Okay, let's get back to Boba. I'll just bring the GoPro over here. Get the gravel, Paloozer. Get the gravel. They need another shovel. It's the 95th Street Speedway.
You mind just swapping it up?
Swapping the mic pack to see? Okay, one momento. My beautiful people. Test. Hello? Hello, we're back. You can see the volume is different on this one already. So we did already have a mic on order. This one sounds so different. I can just like, where my mic is coming up?
I turned everything down a bit.
Okay. It looks really bad.
Yeah.
It looks really bad. I can just tell by seeing the sound bar. We're just gonna go silent streams. Silent streams. ASMR. We can't even do ASMR. Just silent streams, lip reading, and then music. Get an extension cord, plug in the receiver in the dining room. Grounding issues in the kitchen. At this point, I don't know. Maybe just get the other mic pack. Because yeah, we had it on order from a spot here. We're gonna get it for this weekend actually. Did an online order, went in the same day, and they're like, no, you'll have to come back later. So we go in the other day, no, we're not ready yet. No one's working in the warehouse. So we almost just like canceled our order. Thought I would support a local business. They're being weird. Thanks, Titan. I'm sorry for the audio issues, but thank you, my dude. And also, I'm so happy that you are okay. And like, don't feel weird about sharing your experience, because I know that's how we all kind of process what we go through. Just glad you're here, dude. Almost 4 whole years together. That's it.
It would just take me a bit to undo all that. So.
Well, we're almost done, so why don't I just turn off the mic for this stream? I'll show you guys how the drinks turn out. What if we just turn this off today and use this mic for now?
Okay, I can do that.
For just the rest of this stream. Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna use the mic off of my camera in front of me to just end the stream so this isn't as terrible as it currently is.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hello, hello, hello. I think that sounds good. We don't want to like break your guys' eardrums. A bit higher. Okay, so this currently doesn't exist. So the microphone is off of our face cam.
This might be better than that.
It sounds instantly better though, they say. How hilarious would it be?
I think I'm just gonna get the DJIs going.
A grounding issue with the wireless mic receiver. It must be. Okay, I think I have this set up. Hi, this is gonna be our view for the drinkies since our top-down camera is not working either today now. How do you want to set it? So this is just the extra filling from our pecan pies. I'm gonna put in the fridge. It's cooled off now. And then, whoa, okay, so I haven't stirred this in a bit. This is our tapioca pearls that we boiled for, I would say closer to 40 minutes it took instead of 30. And then we mixed it with 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. So very sweet. That's why I didn't add any extra sweetener in the coconut tea. Lots of tech is going on strike. That's how I'm feeling, man. And now we have our coconut drinks that we have chilled. So just a small amount of water to dissolve. You guys are wondering what the heck, where this all came from. This is the brand, and it's actually a Canadian brand. So that was fun to use. So that's the Tapiocas. And I definitely effed them up. Some of you came in later, so I have never done this before and didn't realize that, yeah, the tapioca pearls are just straight up tapioca like flour and formed into balls. So I was like squishing the bag thinking that it was like cooked and coated in tapioca. So now I have tapioca fluff. But it still all worked out in the end. It didn't go as bad as I thought it would. now we're going to add a little bit of ice into the drink first. Actually, no, first we'll do our bobas and then ice. And then we'll top it with however much milk you want. Very thoughtful, very demure, possibly even cutesy. So you decide how much pearls you want, I guess. Some places give a lot, other places don't give as much. Go like that.
So, the only thing different from stream from yesterday to today is I ran it out of the eco flows yesterday.
Okay, so listen to this, guys. Yesterday, the stream was plugged into our external battery pack. Do I have ice even made for this? I think Sam used it all in his drink today. Did you use both ices? Or just one?
Black one should be good to go.
Okay.
The one underneath should be good. The only way I can check that right now
Is this milk, White Dove? So this is just water with a coconut drink blended into it. I'll show you guys our ice blocks. It's water. So usually you would add ice, but the thing is we've already chilled the drink mix anyways, so it's not going to cool off the milk. Ban niche? No way. You guys are fine, don't